أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to today's analysis. We're going to take a look at the dump of Bitcoin that happened recently. If you haven't seen the previous video, I really recommend you to go and check because I did tell you guys that this would happen and we tried avoiding trading. Uh, but we did try to trade Solana on our premium group, which unfortunately that was not a good trade, which it was around this area, and we lost like 2.5%, which is absolutely fine since we have previously taken a lot from Solana, trading these places 18%. 16% and even more than that toward these higher levels multiple times, alhamdulillah. But it's fine. It's not something that we didn't know. I shared this with you guys on private as well. So that is how it's looking like. Okay, what is the current market situation? If we go check this website, let me refresh it again. We are in Coinank, and as you can see, there was a lot of liquidation level around 112,000, which I told you guys we need to cross it, then we can start getting inside Bitcoin. Otherwise, it needs to go lower so we can get in there. Now we're back at 107,500 at the moment, but still our price target hasn't reached. These people that have their liquidation at $106,000, some of them got liquidated. The futures traders, the gamblers, unfortunately, that's what they do. They all got liquidated. But still, you can see in CoinGlass as well that there is some of them that are still left. If we come to the weekly version of this, we can see that there is some left. In this one, it doesn't show a lot, but in Coinank, it shows exactly. So if we come in 48 hours, you can see that there's still left a lot of liquidations down below. Not everybody is taken out. And the last 24 hours, there's still a lot of liquidations left, which still, I think that we need to go there before we actually go up. So let's quickly go through dollar. You can see that this DXY chart is still going up and it's very much strong. And we knew it. We knew that it would go and it's still very much strong. Where we have the level of supply is, okay, one, we have this level of resistance, this entire zone. Then if you see, we have a continuation here, which I'm still looking at. If we come to the weekly, where does it show us going? So this $100 level is still very much important. Like I have said for months now, that as long as we are below 100, it is safe. Maybe there could be a push toward 102. But a breakout is confirmed if it is something like this, like a breakout is something like this, then we know it will go, or it can be higher, something like this, then we can say, okay, this level is broken, 100 is reclaimed, this will also be wiped, DXY will go up against all the other currencies, US dollar will be much strong, but if we see it stop here on the weekly or on daily, then we can reverse again and go lower. That's what I think. Or what can happen is we actually make that fake out. We actually make that fake out. This breaks this level. Okay. A breakout, retest. Then it comes here, but it comes back instead of holding this level as a support. it falls below, then it makes a retest, then it continues going down. I will leave it with this because it after breaking this trend line, this is the most probable setup that I can give into this. What will be the situation of Bitcoin at that point? Probably Bitcoin will fall below 100K. I will show you Bitcoin dominance in a second, but before that, we need to check USDT dominance. That since here we're still going up. We did trade here and here, but as you can see that this level is being weakened a lot, and probably this is also gonna be taken out uh, probably today. Uh, this is all the start of a new week, but probably today this will happen, but we will still have to see. For me to enter back in the market, we need to go below this level of support that it just recently made. Then I can say that, okay, in a way, the market was wrong, USDT was wrong, and it was just a trap. We will go back below. We'll have to still see because you can see in 4 hour we are getting a rejection here. Are we going to buy that? We'll see until the end of this video, and we're gonna see what is going to happen. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Yes, the exact way that I told you guys that if we lose this level of 60%, it will push up. That's why we didn't take any Bitcoin trade as well, because for the other scenario was Bitcoin should close above 112,000, then it will go up. For Bitcoin dominance, it would mean something like this. We need to take this level out in order for altcoins to go up. But that's the thing. Bitcoin comes slowly down. Bitcoin dominance goes up. Money is being poured into Bitcoin, while Bitcoin still suffers. Altcoins are getting destroyed. Absolutely crazy market. Total. So let me tell you, where am I looking at? I'm still looking at 61. The other one is 62. The higher level is at 65%, which it might go in the future. But since we don't know the future, we just see the probabilities. When it goes there, we will see. Otherwise, it needs to fall back below or get a good rejection around these areas. Then I will get into some of the altcoins depending on which one is strong. Then I will announce it in the premium for our students. If you're still not part of our community, we have a free community and a free course. Join us on whop.com, whop.com/halal portfolio. The link will be also down below. Through that free course, you can also join from there. But if you want to directly join our groups, it's on WhatsApp. The link will be also mentioned in the description. Okay, let's talk about total. You can see that total is back to this level of support. In order for us, again, I'm telling you guys, in order for us to go up, we need to reclaim 3.92 trillion. Otherwise, this will be lost. And the other levels you can look toward is 3.3 trillion and 3.1 trillion. Then the next one is definitely this level of demand, which is at 2.9 trillion, which is going to be very, very bad for the entire market. And if you see, in a way, we are in a bear market, a short-term bear market, which cannot be denied. At least I cannot deny. There are some people that they say we are not. But if you see that whenever this trend is lost, we were hovering there for a while. You can put it this way, you can put it this way. Both of these trends, once they were lost, the price stayed below for a while until it reclaimed from another level, then we started moving up, and actually we broke a bullish trend line here. That's why the price started rallying. And for us to do that, that's what I'm saying. In order for us to do that, we need to cross this. Otherwise, it needs to keep falling, keep making this trend. Who knows, maybe here until it's broken, then it will go up. Otherwise, we cannot expect anything anytime soon. I'll show you this example in some other places too when this trend line was broken. This trend line is in Bitcoin, this trend line is in Ethereum, this is in all of them. You can put it however it suits you, but I try to take the line chart and especially the bodies of the candle. So if you see it this way, you can see that this trend was broken, retested, fell below and stayed for a while until this trend was again broken, retested, started going up. This was in 2023. I can show you more examples of it. You can see the same here. This was the trend line. It was broken. It fell below until another trend line, a bear trend actually. Okay, I might have said it a bull trend, my mistake. But if you see this was broken, then it was reclaimed, and actually this price started rallying, and now we are again in that situation. Please do not deny the fact that the trend line is broken. But yeah, once this is reclaimed, we at least need to look at this recent high, then trade above this level if we want to see the market going back to bullish, which is 3.7 trillion. So something like this would be amazing. Then we will need to look at this level to be broken, then all-time high. All these three levels are now very, very much important. Otherwise, the freeway that you see is a lot of dump toward the downside. Take a look at this, 7%, 12%, 20%. This is in total. Now take a look at total two. Total twos, this trend line is broken. We are again in a bear trend. This is also being broken right at the time that we're speaking. So it's really bad, much more like it's very bad for Ethereum at the moment because the next level you see is 1.27 trillion and all the altcoins depend on this chart. Like the majority of them, whichever that follow Ethereum. Take a look at Total Tree without Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is for every other coin that we have out there. This also is, I told you, it keeps making this lower high, but we haven't seen a lower low. So probably around one of these two areas, the price should stop. And this trend line needs to be broken, and this line as well now. Then we can expect a short-term trade until all these two other levels are broken. You know the style that I take. I see not too far, not too short term, in 4 hours or 1 hour. I see daily. In daily, the course of everything changes. The rizq comes down from Allah. And if you're awake in the morning, you get to see the course of the day because that's what Allah teaches us. And that's what I believe. That's what He says, that He gives rizq in the morning and it means a lot of things. And rizq is not just food that you eat, it's also the knowledge. So it's very much important to see things according to the daily basis and don't rush into things. Rush when it's time, but not always. Be patient mostly because this is how this market is. And a lot of people fail. So now let's go and see Bitcoin and see what is happening here. You can see that I marked this level. I shared it with community as well, that I need to see a break above this level. Then I can tell you that we can buy this for a very short period of time. Another level that was recently broken is this. So 110,000. We Does it worth it to actually trade this much? The gap is very, very less. And it might not actually happen, but if it does, I might take it or I might not take it, depending on the condition of the market. As we speak, you can see that the price is being rejected from this line. If you want to take this trade, then 1 or 2% is very good stop loss. Take it till here, then see the reaction of the price and these two levels are 110 and $112,000. Otherwise, wait for the actual breakout above this, because that's what I am waiting for. And this chart gets confusing because this shows the signals that we have taken. And yes, this was the exact place I told you guys, not a breakout. Bearish below 112K. I'm gonna show you in another chart that why do I think the way I think and what should we expect. You can see that this was the local top and I gave you guys. So right now I really expect it to go down because that's what it's showing me at the moment. Maybe the price will stop. Like this is the place that I will accumulate a lot if Bitcoin comes, because it will give me a good range as well. 8%, 14%. But if you want to trade here, look at the percentages. 3% at max, 7.5%, which is not worth it. So this is another perspective that I give you guys. A dump below this trend line, because it has become so obvious now, everybody is speculating that this trend line will hold. That's what the majority of people thinks, but that's what we should do. Think differently. Let this trend line be broken. If that's gonna happen, then I will let you guys know. If my thesis is wrong, if I'm thinking wrong, then I will still tell you, but I'm not gonna rush into getting things right now because we already have enough. We have a portfolio that is a strong. We have actually three different portfolios. One is uh, our medium risk. The other one is our vacation portfolio, which is also a medium risk. Then the other one is our high risk trades, which is very long term trade, which I'm in almost all of them in profit, and I have taken a lot of profit out the top of the market. I can take any kind of risk because I know what I'm doing, but if you're a beginner, please don't rely on anything I say, especially on the signals, because I can afford to be on the market and have my chart ready like this, and have my stop loss in position and be able to afford when things go wrong, and if sometimes there's a harsh drop and I can't see to close that trade, what I actually do is I let it go. I don't overinvest. I always keep some money, and yeah, it runs my house. It really does. Everything I put in crypto, I take back from crypto, I spend it. This is I do have other sources of income, but this is currently my only source of income. But to reach the level that I am, you need to sacrifice a lot of things. If you ask me if it's worth it, well, if you do have capital and time and the emotions to handle, then yes, it does. If you take it as investment, it does. I have made it my full-time career, that I might not recommend you to do, but you can. If you can say that I can take the stress and do it, then do it. Otherwise, there are other ways. You can just come and invest a little and keep investing over time and see what's going to happen. But this is the most craziest market that I have seen, but it's also sometimes the best market that I have seen, uh, with the amount of things that happens inside. But yes, trading definitely teaches you a lot of things that you cannot learn anywhere else, because everything else seems easier against what you're going to do inside trading, which is amazing. Anyways, let's talk about Ethereum. We talked about Bitcoin. Now for Ethereum, you can see that I have these scenarios, and we didn't opt in here. We didn't opt in here. I'm still not going to buy here, depending on the daily close tonight. But I am looking at 3,500 and the other one is 3,300. This might happen most probably. Then we're going to see the bounce. And yeah, don't please don't rely on this. This could also mean that the price would fall and maybe do something like this. We don't know. These are all the probabilities. I see it level by level and I immediately take profit in the next level. But if I am sure of the trend, I don't take profit in the nearest level. I just let it be so it can go into more profit. But that's not what the market looks like recently. Every level is important. You need to see it that way if you want to be profitable. Um, 8 BTC. I don't know how many times I have said this, but I did. I'm going to say it again because there are people that are beginners in my YouTube videos and in the community that recently a lot of you joined. Thank you for believing in us. We have so far grown to 159 members inside WhatsApp and 104 inside WOP, inside the course, and 14 plus countries we have reached. Alhamdulillah. It wouldn't have been possible if Allah wouldn't have helped me reach. And yeah, the amount of work that it has, it's a lot. So if you do find value and you appreciate, like this video, share it to your friends. If you truly find value here or in our course, give us reviews, join the premium so you support us to sustain a halal portfolio and our mission, inshallah. Okay. Um, so yeah, I have talked about this chart multiple times, and this was broken, and you can see that it finally fell below the level that I am looking at for ETH BTC to hold and to maybe accumulate into some of my long-term Ethereum tokens. It will be either 0.32 and the other one, which looks more convincing, and it might just go there as 0.03. Let's see which one it goes to and where it holds. And Solana, this I can still keep it, but it has become irrelevant 175 due to all these touches. A lot of times you can see that this is being broken at the time that we speak, and it might actually happen. I'm not gonna say you 100% it's going to happen, but what I have seen from experience, it does. Okay? But please don't take my word. Do your own research and diligence and learn the skill the way I have so you can always trade from wherever you are. That's what I like about crypto, the freedom to be anywhere in the world. Okay. So yeah, these are the two levels, 156 and $126, which I might, depending on where it's going to stop and pause and hold, I will accumulate in those levels. Otherwise, the level that it recently broke needs to reclaim that level so I can take a short-term trade to 200 and 205. Otherwise, I would not even consider trading. So this gap is looking very narrow for me to take a trade on Solana, so I would just avoid it. Sol BTC down again, reaching the level of support. Sol Ethereum down, might just break and go lower. There's another level here. There, yeah. Then there's this level. I can mark you this level. If I sound too sleepy, it's because I am sleepy and it's because I am really, really tired. So don't mind that I had the very, very rough day today. Um, in my daily life, actually. So yeah, it was I am still here. I'm still here because it needs to be done. I need to do this for me and for you guys. That's why I'm here. Okay, so Solana against Ethereum. Um, Nothing. Now these Sol against BTC, Sol against Ethereum doesn't matter at this point. We need to just let the market become better, then we can get in those levels. So take a look at, like, see this from far. What do you see? This is actually Dogecoin. You still want me to not be bearish on the market while we see every single level being taken out. And this has as well formed a downtrend on Dogecoin, which we have taken a lot of profit here. Now, can it go lower? Yes, it will. What I am at the moment looking at is this level of demand. Why? Because I expect it to bounce from this level and it will give us a range. I might even try to trade it. Let me give you my scenario. So I will trade maybe, depending on if it's going to stop here at 13 cent. Then when we come back, I'm not only going to exit this trade on Doge, I might just offload the rest of the Dogecoin that I have if it cannot reclaim this level after reaching here. Because it will just go down again. I can maybe try buying here. Otherwise, if it falls lower and lower, I will still have a lot of money taken out of the market and will try to trade the lower lows, these levels. I will show you guys at that time that how am I going to trade all these levels. Assalamu alaikum, Aban. Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Waris. How are you guys doing? Yes, bro, bear flag, definitely.
Hey, assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam. How are you guys?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Surviving the market.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm still pissed off at that Solana trade that we took. I shouldn't have. Because
yeah, it happens.
right
It
at that day,
happens.
I told you guys that I see no reason for trading. But you
Mm.
know, even me, sometimes I fall into these traps.
Yeah, we cannot trust weekends. Already low volume and people can manipulate it easily.
Yes, 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 definitely. You are right. Um, yeah, so this is the level that I see for Doge at the moment. And the other scenario is if from in between, if it tries to reclaim, then let it go above this level, then we will trade this range. How about that? Very good, 56%. Otherwise, why take a risk of something in between that can fall 16% or something uh, that is inaccurate? We are right now sitting below this level that has turned into a level of supply. So it's really foolish to actually come and trade this level. I haven't done that and I will never do that. Since I have learned and since I have properly started making money, I have never taken these stupid trades again. And the reason was that I learned my lessons. I let the market fall, I go buy the falling knife. And that's a good thing. That's the point that you make actually a lot of money. And if you see Doge BTC, it might just crash to this level and fill the wick like it did in the previous crash. That crash was actually like it took us to that and back. It shows us how it is for the market to go into bear market and within 30 minutes, because a lot of these coins just fell in the last 30 minutes of that day. It was falling throughout the whole day, but that was crazy. Nobody has seen such thing. But yeah, manipulation is crazy at these markets. So yeah, at this point, Dogecoin will be a lot beneficial to accumulate. If you see it, especially Doge BTC chart there, then try doing that. So this will also become irrelevant once we break it. So let me give you guys a cleaner chart. Let's go even on monthly to see the levels clearly. So where do you see it? Put the line chart. Where do you see the line? Where do you see the line? There is another level here, but that is irrelevant because that's only one there. So this entire place is a level of demand. But this is not Doge against USD. This is Doge against Ethereum. Why is it important? Because at this point, it's a lot beneficial to have Doge than Ethereum. That's the only thing that it says. And where does it go parabolic? Once it breaks a trend line, like it did. Let me show you, like it did here. So you would flip all your Ethereum to Doge, then you get this. Then previously as well, after breaking this, okay, it did hold here and it fell below, but at that time we need to check out Doge USD. What was the situation? You can see that if we let me go to the exact date what happened here. So November 2023, November. So you can see that nothing happened against USD much, but this also means that at that time Ethereum was performing very well. But even later, once it went above this, it did perform very well against Ethereum. So that's the only thing we see. Now we need to come here, then we can take a look at that. How long do we have? I think we still have some time left. Let's take a look at gold. So gold is coming to this level of supply. I'm still saying to you guys that we should not lose this level of supply if we want Bitcoin to go up. Otherwise, Bitcoin will go down. This is a very good indicator. And if you see the amount of accumulation back into this level of demand that I told you exactly that gold would do, but we still need to take a look at this higher level, which is 4,100. 3,900 was a level. that gold held. Now, this says that a lot of people are coming out of risky asset and they're trying to be in gold, which is not actually a risky asset, but Bitcoin is. So they are moving from Bitcoin, and we might actually see lower levels in Bitcoin. Let me show you in a complete different chart another perspective on Bitcoin. Um, yeah, take a look at this. Why do I see this? Because first of all, a lot of people will say that Bitcoin will go to 30,000, but only if the piece is there. But as you see, the piece is not there. It's actually funny to say that, but what happens is the market goes up when there is not peace because people try to buy the things that would make them survive at the times of war, but when there is peace, they sell it and they spend it. Okay, so if there is peace, this is actually another perspective. Since October the 7th, there wasn't any peace in the world, so the price was going up in Bitcoin. But if we truly see peace, it should come back to those levels of 30 to 35,000, which is a long view. You should never trust me on this. Please do not. I can be incorrect, but my accuracy is actually in the short term probabilities of the market, where I see if it comes into a level that I was looking at, then I will buy it there. Which at this point, the level that I expected it to come, it did come almost there, Bitcoin, which was 74,000, and I was expecting it to touch 69,000, which it hasn't. Now, a lot of people will go into panic once Bitcoin goes below this level. If you see it on monthly, this is a higher low on monthly, and we haven't seen it since April. So once this monthly higher low is taken out, then it might actually go up, and it could again take some months for it to come, or it can crash to this level, then immediately be bought. So if you see 69,000, which is the level I am looking at, and I have a lot of reasons for 69,000, let me show you. How long do we have? So we have 8 minutes. I will give 5 minutes to you guys, but I really, really need to say this. Take a look at this line chart. Where do you see a lot of resistance when it was broken? Remember this, when a resistance is broken, it means there is so much demand in that level that instead of the people that were shorting the market, the people that were selling Bitcoin, they all lost against the bulls, and the bulls will feel comfortable buying these levels aggressively, and it will also become attractive to the people that they didn't have any Bitcoin previously, especially to the ones that they believe, because a lot of people will be in disbelief and they will miss this. So it will become relevant to buy below $74,000, which one is 69,000, which is 1, 2, 3. If we take this line, it gives me that level of 69,000, 68,700. Doesn't matter. Lower than that, we have 65,000, which this entire order block is correct, but below this is not. Then it will go to 50,000, which is the other level of demand, which is here. This rally based rally. I have set this into the modules. You can go and check the supply and demand module if you are inside the class. This is what it's going to teach you. Now, I really see this turning around Bitcoin like it has in the past. You cannot deny this, that it will come down. You cannot deny this, but still, since it's crypto, anything could happen. The nearest level that we can look to accumulate is once this level of one is this level of support. The other one is this level of demand, which is right below 98,000. Because this is a higher low and weekly. And if we go below that, it also creates a lot of fear for the entire market, which is below 98,000. That is the exact level that you're going to buy. Trust me, if you buy that level, can you guys hear me? Again, I had my connection lost. So,
Yeah, it's back. I can hear you.
yeah, I was saying that it will put a lot of people in fear right before this level, which is 98,000. We will see it coming to 92, 94,000. Then we can get in. What will be our take profit if we see it there? The range will be like 15% in Bitcoin. But again, after dumping to this level, we need to reclaim 110,000. The one that it's losing, 107 to 110,000. This entire order block that it's currently losing in front of your eyes. And a close in weekly or a close in daily will confirm that, which is after like 9 hours. Okay, so this is a complete another perspective. I put everything together, my experience, my knowledge, and everything together. EMP, please. EMP is currently sitting in its lowest levels. Not sure what it's going to do, but we will have to wait because all the Ethereum tokens are being destroyed at this point. So yeah, nothing new. We're going to see these lower levels. So if you are over invested in EMP and you haven't taken profits when it reached to almost 200, I took profits, I think around 100, from 150 to 180 I was taking profit. You can see. Then later on, I think I did a little bit of more take profit at these levels before it actually fell. But I did buy at around 48 to $50 when we were at this price. So bought back at these levels, sold around these prices, sold a lot at these prices, bought around here, bought around here. That's how it is. Bro, Aban, do I pronounce your name correctly, bro? Is it Aban or it's Aban?
Yeah, it's Aban.
Aban. Okay. Do you have questions, brother?
Currently, I'm seeing at total to, yeah, I posted at 1.39 trillion level. Currently being hit. So I'm keenly looking at it, whether it will find support here or not. Can you check that if that aligns with your charts?
Yes, I think you were not here when I was talking about total. Bro, this support of 1.4 trillion is broken. Okay, we do have a level of support, but it's a very weak support. I don't know if it's going to hold, but if you are going to trade this, let me see how long do you have? Okay, we have 2 minutes. If we are going to trade this, you can see that the amount of like it's like 2% till the take profit. If it's worth it, take it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I still don't think it's going to worth it, and it might actually fall
Mm.
below. This support is much more reasonable if you wait. You might get a good bounce here before it actually
It's
drops
at
to
it's
support.
at which level?
One
One
is
point?
1.33 trillion. Right now it's at
Yeah,
3.9.
that aligns with. That aligns with one of my diagonal, 1.32 trillion.
Okay. But
Yes.
the level that I am looking for it to actually go, which it even
Main one
fell
is
below some
1.22.
time ago, as 1.25. Okay, it broke your level,
Yes.
bro, right
Yeah.
at the time that we're watching. Okay,
Yeah.
it didn't
That's why
break it
we need to
actually, it
first
did like
confirm the
dip
support.
below it. Sorry?
Yeah, basically we have to check, confirm on the 4 hourly basis whether it will hold or not. If not, then we'll wait for the 1.32 level, which is
Here your
quite
Bitcoin
crucial
also
for
broke,
it to hold.
bro.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
I
why I
think the
said
time is over for
Saturday,
this.
Sunday, and Monday.
Let me close this. I'll send you another link. Join in that we can talk there.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, because this is over. Okay, have a good time, guys. I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.